Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending from where you are connecting to us from. It's a pleasure having everybody here. How are we all doing today? Awesome. It's a pleasure having everybody here. How are we all doing today? Let's also know where you are connecting to us from. It would be a good one for us to also know where we are all connecting from. How are we doing today? I can see a few people in the comment section. Owen Franklin, I think I see your name regularly, and you said good evening, sir. That means that it is evening from your end. From my end in BC, BC, I was about to say Colombia. In BC, Canada, it's just 1 minute after 6 in the morning, 6 a.m. UK time is 1 minute after 2, that is 2 p.m. So good evening. I'm wondering where you are, that it's already evening. Okay, for the rest of us just joining, it's a pleasure having you here. I'd like to welcome you all to this section. And of course, as we normally do, we will be talking about the markets, looking for opportunities in the markets, and it's called the market analysis. And then also a quick introduction to myself for those that are just joining us for the first time. My name is Tolu, T-O-L-U, Tolu Olatunji, and I'm a trader, analyst, and a coach. I've been doing this for more than 10 years now, and my academy is known as CSA Forex, Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading. I've been privileged to work for a few brokers back in Nigeria, the likes of Forex Time, FXTM, and then also Hot Forex, now branded HFM, rebranded as HFM. We want to also thank Trading Live for this platform to be able to connect with different people from different parts of the world for free. Yes, our webinars are absolutely free, and we try as much as possible to come and deliver information, and then hopefully one person, just one person, make something out of our discussion. We're going to be looking at the charts, we're going to be looking at the news, calendar. It's a thing of combining the fundamentals and technicals together. And before we proceed, a quick disclaimer for everybody. What we are doing here is strictly for educational purposes and not to be used as a form of signal. If there's any trading opportunity that we want to take, please note that if you're going to also take it, you need to be able to calculate your risk appropriately. You need to know the right volume, lot size based on your account balance you use. And then you need to also know how to manage the trade. Now, before people ask me, no, I have not taken any trade today. No, I have not taken any trade this week. The market has been rather noisy. The market has been rather chaotic, especially for the dollar. And we're going to talk about that today as well. These are questions I normally get where you're asking, what trades am I in? I'm not in any trade today. And most likely I might not be in any trade this week, as I do not trade Fridays. For those that already know me, I don't trade Fridays. And tomorrow also is the non-farm payroll, the unemployment rate for the US dollar, which is going to bring in some tangible amount of volatility. Yesterday we had the FOMC, and the FOMC was rather quiet. Okay, so Letitia said, is the dollar buying today? We're going to look at the charts in a bit. Blair Johnson said, no sound. Can you guys hear me? Let me confirm if the audio is good from your end. Blair Johnson said, no sound. I want to believe that the audio is good. So I'm going to ask if you can hear me. Please kindly reply that you can hear me loud and clear. I'm also going to type it out now. Can you hear me? The instructor. I'm going to type this out so that you guys can see. Can you hear me? So that's it. I just typed that out now because Blair Johnson said no sound, but there should be sound. I repeat, there should be sound. Let me get your feedback on that. I'm going to wait and get your feedback on that to be sure that you can hear me truly. I believe the audio is good to go, so I'm going to continue to talk. I can't get any feedback. Now, guys, let me also state this. This is a live session. As the live session, honestly, I wouldn't want it to look like I'm talking to myself. Because if I'm talking to myself, I might as well sign out. I will wake up early in the morning just to have this free session for you guys. And of course, this is the New York session, right? And this is my 6 a.m. because I'm in Pacific time, BC. So if I don't get any feedback, if there's no engagement, then I would as well shut down and then go back to bed. I don't think I'm trading today, so I could as well be sleeping. Thank you, Owen Franklin. Thank you guys for at least one person for participating. As I always tell people, this is a free session. As it's a free session, I could be doing something better with my life. I could be sleeping. I could be spending some more time with my family, or whatever the case might be. But I'm up in the morning, 6 a.m. for you guys for free. If I'm not getting any engagements, poof, I'm out. I'm gone. Simple. Thank you, guys. Victor Norton said all clear in here. Thank you, guys. So, guys, let's participate. Let's try to make it engaging. Even if it's only one person I have that is giving me a response, then I will continue. If there's no response, I can't be talking to myself because that would look like I'm mad or something. I would as well sign out. I go and talk to my wife or talk to my children or whatever the case might be. But thank you for giving me your feedback. So let's proceed. So next time, guys, please give me your feedback. I don't need to ask. Also, guys, where are you from? Let me know where you're from. I'm from BC, British Columbia, Canada. If anybody is around me, we can meet up for a coffee and just have like a meet and greet. I have been saying for a while, and I'm going to say this again. I've booked my flight in the first week for about 2 weeks the first week in August. That's a month from now, approximately a month from now. I'm going to be in the UK. I'm going to be in London area access more or less. I'll be moving around London. So if anybody's around London, let me know, hit me up. We could have a meet and greet somewhere, have a coffee or whatever the case might be. I heard the weather in UK is a bit shaky. It's not really summer. It's a bit cold as well. So not really sure. We can meet up in the US. I can see. Thank you guys. Thank you for commenting now. Fort Paul said you are not mad, sir, but you guys made me seem so because I was not getting any feedback. You know, when someone is talking to himself or herself, it seems like the person has lost it. So thank you guys for now responding. Thank you. Fort Paul said, I always love your sessions. Thank you. Fort Paul said, I'm from the US. Okay. I should be in the US in Texas area. I think Houston area, hopefully by December to visit some family members. So if I'm there, if you are there, let me know and then we'll catch up. But let's dive back into what we have since I've gotten your feedback. Let's dive back so that we can finish on time. Even if this is 30 minutes, then we wrap up. So thank you guys for responding now. Okay, so first of all, this is the chart of gold. And I'm starting with gold. Remember I said, first of all, I'm not in any trade. I'm not taking any trade this week. The market has been really noisy, but then we have a lot of news that has come out now for the dollar, because we've been looking at the dollar majorly for a while now. And we're going to have some news come out tomorrow, especially based on the non-farm payroll NFP, right? So there's a lot of things happening here and there, and then one needs to be careful not to get caught up in any whipsaws. If you look at the size of this gold move, we're going to talk about it. And if anybody got injured by this gold move, please let me know. Because there were some things we talked about yesterday on gold, because a lot of people requested for gold and we looked at it. And then I specifically mentioned something about the gold. But then quickly, let's switch over to the calendar, because we always start with the calendar, always start with the news to find out what's happening in the news, when it's going to be high impact news, volatility in the market that could easily move the market, in a crazy manner like what we can see on gold. So today is Thursday, July 6th. And then if you remember yesterday, we had the FOMC for the US dollar, but the FOMC meeting minutes was rather dull. We didn't have that firepower, that volatility that we were expecting. And then most likely, I always say that when you have the FOMC on the same week for the NFP, and that means that it is the NFP on Friday that you should expect some volatility. And I personally will not be trading that period. I don't want to lose any money. I don't want to give any money to anybody. My money in my pocket is better than my money in somebody else's pocket. So later today, this is UK time, by the way. Later today by 3 p.m. UK time, so you can change the time zone by clicking on the clock over here. And then you can change the time zone to yours, depending on where you are. Change the time zone and then change the time format, and you are good to go. So in the next 50 minutes, we're going to be having more news for the US dollar, and that's the services PMI and the job openings. That could also cause some volatility in the market. And that's why I said the US dollar is noisy, has been noisy this week, has been sideways. Also thanks to Tuesday, July 4th, Independence Day holiday, where the market was still moving sideways. And then the news is just making it rather noisy. Up until tomorrow by 1:30 p.m. UK time, we have the non-farm payroll, the unemployment rate for the US dollar. So you need to be careful with that as well. Guys, if you have not gotten any trade this week like myself, do not be too eager. Don't say you need to place a trade. Don't say you have a target for yourself. Don't set targets based on daily or weekly. Rather set targets for the month, because within a month, know how, you most likely get opportunities. So you should be looking out for the best of the best opportunities in the market. I repeat, look for the best of the best opportunities in the market. And as I always tell traders, you can use what we call bullets. I use bullets, which simply means that you place a particular amount of trades each day, meaning that if you tell yourself you're going to be placing 2 trades in a day, then that means that you know you're going to be placing maximum of 2, and then you must wait for the best 2 trades, not anyhow trading. So quickly to the comment section as well before I talk about gold, talk about the DXY, the dollar index, and Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin has been on my mind a bit now. Now let's go back to the comment section. Webster said, I'm here from Manchester. How are you doing? Oh, beautiful. Manchester in the building. I'm doing great. Thank you. Webster said, yes, it is quite cold. Yeah, it was quite cold. And that's why I had to wake everybody up. If not, I think I'm not sure, but I think I probably have done it before. I think I signed out at one time when I didn't get any feedback. I think I came for a late New York session, I think for FOMC. I wasn't getting any feedback and I signed out early, right? It's a free session, so if people do not participate, I might as well not be here. I have a bootcamp coming up, and as I always say, bootcamp is for those that are interested. It's for a fee of $250. And over there, we don't waste time, we don't make any noise. We give you the information that you need. And most people that pay, because the truth now is that when you make payments, no matter how little it is, because people have said that my $250 is actually rather small, but no worries whatsoever. When you make payment for something, you wouldn't want that thing to waste, and then most people end up participating. And that's why the bootcamp is just for a selected few, and it will be kickstarting on the 17th of July, 17th of this month for 3 weeks. That is 17th of July till the 4th of August. So if anybody's interested, let me know. I'll drop the link for that. If you're interested in the one-on-one, then we will get back to that. I think I'm going to change. I'm a pretty nice guy. I think I'm going to start changing. I'm going to switch it up a bit. Not like I'm going to be rude on anything, but I'm going to be direct, meaning that I get your feedback, I don't get your feedback, then it's up to me to decide on what to do. Most times I like to ask for permission. I think I do that with my wife a lot, and I think she bullies me on that. Okay, so some more comments from you guys. Roderick says, so sorry, just coming in late. Let's keep the training popping. Okay, thank you, Roderick. Titus. Gloria, anything to share on the news? Okay, that's what we just talked about the news a bit. The whole show was crazy. Yes, the show is crazy, as you can see. Gold. I'm going to talk about this gold especially because we mentioned it yesterday. And then nobody, especially if you were here yesterday, nobody should have gotten injured from this massive drop on the gold, because our bias yesterday was actually to sell the gold and to sell the gold from that resistance area. So I'm going to talk about it in a bit. I just want to quickly just breeze through the remaining comments I have over here. Okay, Tiffany Larkin said I took a buy on GU yesterday and it was pretty cool. Okay, that's good. I hope you've been able to manage your GU, that's your pound USD entry properly. It seems to be retracing a bit on the hourly time frame, so try to manage it. Trade management is also very, very important. Virgil McIntosh said, I was waiting for your live to start my trade. Start your trade. Guys, please, this is not a signal service, but rather for educational purposes. So if you have any questions on any charts, I could do a chart, live chart analysis for anybody now. Okay, Tiffany said, I almost got injured. Okay, we said you took a GU, so you almost got injured and it turned in your favor. Okay, great. Make sure your stop loss is also in proper place. You can send me charts, guys. You can send me charts as well. Let me quickly have a look at your charts to see where you are setting your stop loss, see where you're setting your take profit, even also to see where you are, your entry is. And this is what we're going to be doing in the bootcamp. Bootcamp, you're going to be sharing your charts. I'll share charts. So we'll be seeing some live trading and so on. Adolf said, I ran as far as possible because of the news. Okay, great. Since the FOMC was dull, I know the whole ADP and NFP will be mad. Exactly. Now, that's how the market normally reacts. If a whole FOMC that has history of good volatility is dull, they just know that it is waiting for something. It is something else that's going to, take the center stage, which probably might be the NFP. As ADP, we've seen ADP's reaction, where the dollar, and this is the dollar over here, where the dollar index has been appreciating. But as has been appreciating, and that's the thing about the market, you need to be able to analyze the market properly. You had over here resistance, you had over here support, resistance, and it messed this area here. But now it broke out and then now it's acting as resistance. You can see that the market has been a bit all over the place. It broke out from this resistance. You'd have been expecting this to act as support and push higher, but then it came back into that area and now acting as resistance. The news coming out in the next 43 minutes, will it take it down some more? Or will it break out again? If it does, this whole area is looking like a mess to me. It's beginning to look like a dirty looking chart to me, if you ask me. And then if you cross over to like the scalpers time frame as well, from the scalpers perspective, maybe like 5 minutes or 15 minutes, you'll probably be able to see some more dirtiness in the market. And I personally always say, scalping is not really my thing. I could drop down to refine my entry quite all right, but then going to look for opportunities from the scalper's perspective is dangerous, especially during news period. I hope I'm not too fast for you guys. I hope I'm not talking a bit too fast. If I'm talking a bit too fast, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. Tomorrow, Friday, we normally use Fridays for our Q&A session, but we're going to be starting a bit earlier because of the NFP. So instead of starting by this time, 2 p.m. UK time, most likely we'll be starting by 1 p.m. We'll be starting by 1 p.m. UK time. So we're starting by 1 p.m. UK time so that we can cover the news coming out by 1:30 for the non-farm payroll. So that means that I will be waking up 5 a.m. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm letting you guys know ahead of time that 5 a.m. my time, Pacific time, I'll be up here, and no participation, then I'll be gone. Okay. Olga said I'm staying off the market tomorrow as well. Okay, great. Olga said pretty easy to steal your money away from you during NFP. Exactly, and that's what a lot of traders do not know. Duke said I rarely trade the news or have any trade open during the news week. You could have trades open during the news week. You just protect them, probably partial close or trail them or whatever the case may be. Make sure your stop loss is in place and so on. Malcolm Lambert said always gone for high probability trades. Exactly. Never try to spook anything or force anything from the market. Yes. Guys, if you've been trading for a few months or a few years, if you're a struggling trader, you know I don't know. If you're a struggling trader, you know, and as a struggling trader, you know where you're having issues, where you've been having issues, and then you'll be able to know that you don't force anything in the market. You trade and let the market present to you, right? It presents opportunities to you, and then you try to force anything out of the market, and then you would only get your fingers burnt. I'm talking from experience. I'm sure some of us understand exactly what I'm talking about. Since you said, I just got here and I love the fundamental analysis. Great, thank you. And you said payment really helps boost morale for training. Yes, and that's why I'm starting with $250 for the bootcamp. If you guys are interested, I'll put the link again. I've been putting the link this week for the bootcamp, and then I'll put the link again today for those that might be interested. You can sign up. I only need a handful of people, and it is just $250. This is just $250, which is rather small. And people have been saying it is small, and then I would increase it for the next one. Not really sure when the next one will be, as I'll be traveling in August for 2 weeks in the UK. Probably when I come back and I'm settled, I can decide when the next bootcamp might be. But the next bootcamp definitely is not going to be $250. Not really sure how much, but it's going to be much higher. As you guys here said, it is much smaller compared to others. And I've also gotten that feedback from others. Well, I'm just trying to help people out, and you take advantage of it, that's good for you. You don't take advantage for it, it's also good. Either way, it's good at the end of the day. Let's see. Would it be waiting on the data tomorrow? Yes, I want to believe that the market probably might be waiting on tomorrow's data, NFP. So try to be careful with the market. I personally don't trade Friday, so I'll just be on the sideline. We'll be here together on Friday prior to the NFP. We'll talk about the previous NFP release for last month, for the few months, and we'll also check the chart for the dollar from last month, how it's reacted based on whether the news was good or whether it was bad. So we'll use that to have a rough idea of what we should be expecting this week. That's tomorrow, because for last NFP numbers, we had 339K, and then we are forecasting 224K. So let's see how the numbers come out at the end of the day. Okay, I don't like to make predictions. I wait for the news to come out, and then we will react accordingly. We are reaction traders. We don't try to preempt moves. Okay, guys, quickly, sorry. Sibyl Edison said, can't see your screen, sir. Is that the same for you guys? Somebody said earlier that you can't hear me. Guys, I want to know, can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know what you can see on the screen. Eugene said, took my losses this week and taking my rest. Eugene, let me know what losses you took. Maybe you can chat me up on Instagram. Let me drop my Instagram handle for you guys. You can chat me up on Instagram. For those that are interested in the bootcamp, I'll drop the bootcamp link as well. This is the bootcamp link for those that are interested in the bootcamp. For those that maybe have a question or two, I'll drop my Instagram handle now, so you can chat me up if you want. If you don't want, please don't chat me up, please. Thank you. So let's look at if one or two more instruments, while I also come back to your comment section as well. Right, so sorry if I might be a bit behind on the comments on reading. I'm trying to also talk about a few instruments here. Like as an example, on the gold from yesterday, if you guys remember from yesterday, we talked about gold when it was over here, right? You can go and watch the recording for your evidence, or for those that were not here, I can't remember, because you guys asked for gold and we talked about it. And we talked about here being support, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. My trading strategy, let me introduce you to my trading strategy. If you haven't heard that before, my trading strategy is simply based on price action, support, and resistance. So you'll be hearing me say support, resistance, flip zones. Flip zone is an area that has acted as support and resistance before, and it builds more confidence because when it gets there, it should act as that area, right? Either support or either as resistance. And then that will help you for your entry and even help you for your exit, because your trading strategy is simply based on how you enter the market and also how you exit the market. So we have all these all these areas of support, resistance. Here's resistance, resistance, resistance. Yesterday, yesterday we were here talking about this area here yesterday. I remember, if you guys remember, we had this bearish engulfing that we're hoping could end as a pin bar, but it ended as a bearish engulfing, and we said bearish engulfing, it signifies what? It signifies a downward move. I even showed you a fib of the bearish engulfing that if it pulls back to a certain level, you could jump in to have like a discounted entry. You have a discounted entry, that means that your risk, your stop loss is smaller and going for a bigger take profit. And when it comes to take profit, we also map this area here as support, as where we're expecting the market to get to. I can see here being support, support, resistance, 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 support. This has now acted as a flip zone, right? Don't forget, my trading strategy is based on price action with support and resistance. It is the price action that allows us to see the support and resistance. And price action, what is price action? If you are asking, price action is simply the behavior, the movement, the direction of price. So once you understand the price action, it helps us to pick up the support resistance that will help us for entry and also for exit. Your strategy doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be difficult. I repeat, it doesn't have to be difficult. Over here, you can see price has gotten to the area of support. We had this big candle down. So you should not have gotten injured by this big candle because number one, we're paying attention to selling from here and selling back to the area of support. Now that it's at support, it bridges support a bit and then it's going back up. So this area could as well, this area here could as well be a fake out. So you need to be careful. And that's why I always say when the price breaks out, I like a breakout and like a parabolic move, a curve back to that area, and then we look for opportunities to enter, to sell, and then to take it back down. But we don't have any of that. It just broke out and then it's rushing back in. This can easily be a fake out, a false break. And this is how you identify false fake outs and so on. And then don't forget, we have news coming out approximately 30 minutes from now, or should I say 33 minutes from now, as the time is 2:27 p.m. UK time. By 3 p.m., we have news coming out that the job openings and I think the ISM PMI or something, right? So in approximately 30 minutes, you probably have some volatility in this area. So let me jump back quickly to your comment section, read some comments, come back to the chat as well. We've talked about the fundamentals already, so we don't need to go back to the fundamentals. Fundamentals, as we keep on saying, we have news coming out in approximately 30 minutes from now. And then we have the big one, NFP, coming out by 1:30 p.m. UK time tomorrow. So when I say 1:30 p.m. UK time, use that, adjust it to your own time zone. So back to your comment section, Sibyl said it's a stock on Forest Factory. I'm not really sure what you mean by stock on Forest Factory. Okay, based on the screen. Okay, because now I just explained the chart. If you're the stock on Forest Factory, maybe you might close and then reopen, close and reopen. Okay, Michael said, yeah, they're just cutting everyone off. Well, not me, I didn't jump in. Adam said, yeah, if the market is playing dirty, we leave it. Exactly. Coral said, no, it's all right, can still keep up. Okay. Joe Catherine said, all right, would love to join you there. Okay, I've dropped the link for the bootcamp. If you're interested, drop in the bootcamp. It's a no-nonsense place. We give it to you direct. We do tough love. At times, we all need tough love, no sugar coating anything. For 3 weeks, it's going to be holding. I just need a handful of people, probably like 10 or 15 people to join. It's rather for a small amount, $250. For if you're interested, sign up. If you're not interested, don't bother. I won't be doing partial payment as well. It's just $250. $250 is something that I believe we should be able to raise, or if you need to get a loan or get to borrow the money, $250 should not be much. If you're getting paid per hour, I think 2 days, 3 days job is good enough for just $250. So it's going to be a no-nonsense area. If you join us, you see for yourself, and then you see yourself grow. And as I always say in these free sessions, if one person can gain something, then trust me, from 1 hour that we normally have here max, trust me, what you gain in 3 weeks for more than 1 hour a day. Because we're going to be in a Telegram group, and in that Telegram group is going to be a place where, apart from having like live Zoom sessions like this, for those people that join, not for everybody, obviously, apart from having live Zoom sessions, we're going to be chatting. You post your chat on the Telegram group, you ask your question, I'll reply you in good time and so on. And then everybody is happy. because we're going to attend to everybody. It's going to be a place for support. It's going to be a place for troubleshooting. Any question, any issues you have, maybe you place the trade towards the loss, we'll look at it together and then we'll help you to grow, right? That's what we're going to be doing in the bootcamp. So if you're interested, you can start signing up now. Once I have my numbers, I'm locking it up and I'm not going to be spreading the information on the bootcamp again. That's the information is $250. And if you don't have our numbers, I'll send the money back and so on. But we should have our numbers. $250 is a small amount at the end of the day. Okay. So Jeff Bauer said, let's continue, sir. Loving it from here. Okay. Joe, I would love to join you then. Okay, great. Oliver said, I would have loved to join, but not much cash. No problem, Oliver. It's $250. If you can still join us, fine. If you can't, then no problem. It is not compulsory. If you feel you are good where you are with respect to your trading, then you can continue. Guys, you don't need a bootcamp. You don't need a one-on-one. You don't need mentorship in order to get to where you feel you need to. Doing it on your own will just take you a longer period of time, trust me. But if you have someone, mentorship, it will take you a shorter period of time. So you need to know and ask yourself, when would you like to get to where you would like to get to with respect to trading? Would you like to start to see some consistency in your trading by tomorrow? Or is it going to be 6 months or next year? This is the second half of the year. First half, ask yourself whether you've been able to record some profits. If not, then you know what to do. Okay, Dylan said, took a trade this week and went with the manipulations. Not really sure what you mean by that. You could explain some more. So we're just sitting the week out. Era, I am sitting the week out, not really sure about you. Try not to force anything. If the market doesn't give you any opportunity, don't force anything. We have other instruments. I don't know the instruments that you are watching, but I personally, I trade the major currency pairs, which happens to be like Euro USD, Pound USD, AUD USD. As a matter of fact, you will see them already arranged over here. This is the dollar. I use the dollar to gauge what's happening on the majors. As you can see, the majors here: Euro USD, Pound USD, AD USD, NZD USD, USD Swizzy, that's USD CHF, USD JPY, USD CAD, gold, Bitcoin. And you can see I have some daily charts I open up over here. So these are basically what I watch. I could also at times watch some minors like Euro JPY and so on. Or maybe based on your request, I could switch it to that and then look at them. If I see something nice that really catches my attention, I might take it, but I'm strictly on the majors. And that's how I trade. That's how I've been trading. And that's what you always hear me. If you join me today, yesterday, 2 weeks ago, tomorrow, you hear the same thing, repetition. Repetition is what it is all about. And that's why I always say trading after a while, it gets boring. It becomes boring at the end of the day. Okay, Oswald said, yeah, if the market doesn't offer you a meal, don't dip your hands in the pot. Thank you. Thank you. The food is not ready. You would only get burnt. Thank you for that saying. I like the way that sounded. Permit me to use that maybe for another session. Okay. Beck said, would like to see how tomorrow plays out. I too also like to see how tomorrow plays out. I'll be here with my popcorn watching. Sarah said, I usually trade on Fridays, but this week has been too dirty. Yeah, let's see how tomorrow will be. Tomorrow's going to be a very tight day. Let's see how it goes. I don't like to make predictions, but expect what is that saying? Expect the worst, prepare for the best, or something. Prepare for the best, expect the worst, or something funny like that. So do not be surprised. As I always say, do not be surprised when the market does its thing. Oliver said, I would advise we all trade lightly. Yes, of course, I will be trading lightly from years of experience. I know I don't mess with news. Omar said, a lot of losses will be swept tomorrow. Yes, for a fact, a lot of people are going to crash their accounts, are going to have so many losses tomorrow. It is not a cost, it's part of the business. And the market already knows that. The market knows that during high impact periods is when it can come out and then pour some petrol here and there and then cause some explosions in the market. But people will not still learn. They just jump in and then they get injured and then they, sobbing at the end of the day. So Tom said you can't force anything out on the market. Yes, indeed. Guys, do you want me to do any analysis on any specific instrument for you? If yes, let me know in the comment section. I'm going to just breeze through the comment section now and then wrap up for the day, right? I would like to say I see Tom and Jerry, but I see chat. Rory, I like that comment. You like Tom and Jerry, meaning that like the bulls and bears are more or less doing Tom and Jerry. They're chasing themselves. Okay, I like that. Janice said, I'm interested in the bootcamp. We'll check it out. Okay, check it out, Janice. Sign up. For those that are interested, sign up. It's just $250. There's not going to be, sorry for my language, no BS there. We're going straight to the point. We're going to be doing some training, some teachings. We'll be doing some trading together. We'll be doing some troubleshooting, some support. Everything's going to be going up there. And it's rather cheap for $250. And I just need a handful of people. If you don't sign up on, if you want to sign up and it's late, registration is going to be ending on the 6th. I already dropped the link for you guys to see. Registration is going to be ending on the 6th, on the 16th, sorry, on the 16th of this month. And that's from 10 days from now. When registration is over, I'm going to close that place once I have my numbers. And then those that are there, I attend to them solely. $250, I don't believe is that much. And if you can't join us, no problem. For the other sessions, it's going to be much higher because you guys here, right? If you watch the past recordings, guys here were typing that is rather small compared to the others that they have been seeing online. So you have already told me to increase it. I'm going to increase it. And that's what also my other colleagues, other instructors have also told me that my price is a bit too small. So am I trying to do? I'm just trying to help everybody out. Tim said, seems like this week was a market sweep. You could say that. And that's why I probably have not gotten any trade because from my little experience, I've seen that when there is a lot of noise, I just tend to keep quiet and watch. And that's what I've been seeing. William said gold seems to have begun its aggressive sells. Yes, it has, but you can see it is trying to retrace aggressively. So that area might be a bit of fake out. Alan said, yes, you talked about it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. And that's why I always like it when we participate, we engage. Because when we engage, I'm reading your comments, and then it also lets those that watch it on a replay know that there was a conversation and not just me talking to myself. So Delia Coverdale, because I can't be coming up with all these names. It is the names I'm seeing here that I'm reading out. Delia Coverdale says, so now it has broken below. Oh, yeah, it has broken below. You can see it is rushing back up. And as I said, that area might as well be a fake out, but you have to wait because that is the hourly time frame. So you have to wait for the top of the hour to see what that candle forms. Okay. Alan said the analysis played out the same way you advised. Exactly. That was from yesterday. So guys, when we conduct our analysis here, I always put a disclaimer that if you're going to take the trade, fine, take the trade. But it's for educational purposes, not for signals. If it was for signals is more or less me giving you fish, but then, and that fish is going to last you for that day. But educational purposes strictly is you learning how to catch fish, which will last you for a lifetime. As I said, as a disclaimer here, it's for educational purposes only and not for signals. You decide to take the trades, make sure you understand how to calculate your risk management because we have not done that here. We're not doing that here. We'll do that exclusively in the bootcamp. In the bootcamp, you'd also get video materials. You get templates as well for trading plan, trading journal. You trust me, you get value for that. You get good value for that $250. No need to blow my horn. For those that have attended, said the same thing, and you most likely will say the same thing as well. Okay. Antonia said exactly, sir. Trading strategy guides you in and out of the market. Simple. That's what your strategy is. Guys, your trading strategy, no matter what it is strictly for entry and exit. Have a trading plan, guys. If you don't have a trading plan, I don't know what you are doing. Have a trading plan, and it will help you, it will guide you. As Antonia said, guide you, it will guide you to show you how you should be trading, how you should be entering the market, exit the market, how you should be managing your trades, how you should be managing your risk, and so on. That's what the trading plan will help you with. Okay, John Reed, hope I pronounce your name well, said, yeah, it looks like it was showing some good structure to take sales. Yes, that's the goal. Thank you. Kitty said, I saw that gold analysis trade. Very good to see that it played out. Exactly. Guys, let me also say this. If you conduct analysis and it plays out without you, but it still plays out according to your analysis, that is a plus for you. It means that you're well on your way to analyzing the market properly, and then you can take advantage when it gives you that that go ahead to take advantage. At times it might not give you the go ahead and still play out. At times it might give you the go ahead and play out, and then you have a good trade with good risk to reward ratio. Your reward must always be higher than your risk. Okay. Stan said, so now we continue our selling on gold. Yes, but it is looking like a fake out now. You can see what's happening. It's looking like a fake out. The only time you might even want to try to sell this gold is if it comes back to this area, because this is the area of resistance, right? But then we also have resistance here, but this is looking like a fake out as it's rushing back here. So you need to be careful where you want to sell the gold. And don't forget, it is rather dirty for now. Everything is looking a bit messy everywhere. Okay, Olivia said, just going to watch the rest of the market this week. Okay, great. Guys, if anybody should sign up now, if you sign up now for the bootcamp, let me know. I would probably give you an extra bonus. During our sessions, if anybody should sign up now before we round up, let me know. I'll give you a bonus. I'll do something extra for you. I just said I should just throw that out there just to encourage everybody. Celeste said, now your screen is clear and active. Thank you for that. Kennedy said, nothing is interesting in the market today. Exactly, from one point of view. How long is the bootcamp going to last? That's from Harlan. The bootcamp is going to last for 3 weeks. 3 weeks for the $250. So 3 weeks from the 17th of July to the 4th of August. 3 weeks. If you sign up now, I'm going to give you a bonus. So as many people that can sign up today, $250, bring out your credit cards, your Visa, debit, or whatever the case might be. You sign up today, and then I will give you an extra bonus. I won't mention what the bonus is for now, but when I give it to you, you will know that it is not part of what everybody is getting for those that sign up normally. Constance said, would it be an everyday program? Yes, it will be an everyday program. That is why it's called a boot camp. A boot camp is to put pressure on you. A boot camp is to, have you seen a boot camp before? How they train people at the boot camps? It is intense. I'm not trying to scare you, but it's for your own good. When you're doing it every day, right, it is going to work on you, and then it will instill a lot of patience, it will instill a lot of discipline. But we're going to be looking at the story of price from Monday to Friday. I'll give you a little tips, heads up about how it's going to be. Do you guys agree with me that Mondays is usually quiet, and Mondays in the market is still trying to find its bearing based on whether it's going to push up or push down? That is Monday. Tuesday, something happens on Tuesday. Wednesday, something happens on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. That is the story of price, and we're going to be breaking it down during the bootcamp. Even if you are joining me for the one-on-one mentorship, we'll do that for you. If you agree, good. If you don't agree, go and check your markets. Based on Mondays, what happens usually on Mondays? Then what happens on Tuesday? What happens at certain times? You would understand the market better. It's not all the time, but a lot of the times, that's what normally happens. Mondays usually rather slow. That's why on Mondays, check the calendar. Most Mondays, you hardly have high impact news in the market. Most Mondays, check as well. Most Mondays, you could even see you might not really have much news for that day, as a matter of fact. So that's answer Constance's question. Yes, to be an everyday program for 3 weeks. Marshall said, wow, that will be really good. I'm going to be joining soon. That's from Alma. Thank you. As I said, if you guys join today, for those that join today, I'm going to give you something extra. So if you join, let me know. So I'll just give you that extra thing. Trust me, that extra thing is going to be out of the norm. Ruth said, all right, would love to do that. Okay, guys, do that and let me know. Even when we finish, because we're going to be rounding up max in 17 minutes from now at the top of the hour. I don't like to make this too lengthy so that others could watch this on a replay for 1 hour. 1 hour is like you're watching a series on Netflix, or maybe watching 2 episodes, or maybe watching a movie. A movie is like an hour and a half, more or less. So I like to keep this under 1 hour so that your attention span is still very much here. Evangeline Zephania, sorry if I didn't pronounce that well, said $250 is not much to ask actually. I think trading takes longer if you don't have anyone guiding you. Beautiful. Evangeline said it, not me. You guys can go over to the comments and see what Evangeline said. It obviously takes longer. It took me longer because I didn't have mentors. I didn't have people until I started paying this time. Guys, I paid over 5,000. I paid over 10,000 to people to learn this, to learn that. And that's because I want to grow. I want to grow fast. I don't want to get to my destination points at the age of 60 when I should be retiring. I don't know how old we are over here, but if you're still youthful, I'm sure you like to enjoy your money at a youthful age. And if you're even, 60, 50 or whatever, I'm sure you still like to enjoy, before you fully retire. You like to retire early and so on. But the choice is yours. And I said, would it be best to stay away on the market till next week? Well, for me, yes. I don't know about you, but for me, I only advise what I'll be doing. For me, I'm going to be staying away till next week. That's me personally. But for you, you can look at the market. You see anything you like, you can let me know. Present it, because tomorrow we'll be here again, Friday, to have a session before the 1:30 p.m. NFP news. Answer, so yeah, it's a personal decision. Yes, it's a personal decision. We can't force the market to give us something that's from Venus. Yes, exactly. Beautiful. Love your comments, guys. We might probably just breeze through one or two more instruments, but I'm having too many comments here, so I'm just trying to breeze through them quickly. Elsa said, must you stick to some pairs only? If you have a trading plan, that's why I said in the bootcamp, I'll give you guys a template for the trading plan for those that join me. The trading plan, first of all, you must know your instruments. You would write down your instrument. Under every broker, you have like hundreds of instruments, but you cannot trade, you cannot watch hundreds of instruments. That is too much work. This business is meant to be passive. Your active is your 9 to 5, where as you're working actively per hour, you get paid. But this way, this one passive, you don't need to be staring at the market continuously. So you have just a handful of instruments. It's up to you, right? If you can manage one, good. There are traders that trade one, just one instrument. You might be asking why they're trading only one. It's because they're comfortable with only one. And the truth now is that less is actually more. So yes, indeed, you must. I would advise you to stick to just a few instruments, depending on the amount that you're good with. Okay, Spencer said break time is over for him. See you tomorrow. Okay, Spencer, thank you. We know we're from different parts of the world, so our timing is rather different and all. Some of us is evening, some of us is night, like me, it's early in the morning. For me now, it's almost 7 a.m. It's 6:47 a.m. to be precise, almost 7. So thank you, Spencer. See you tomorrow. Adonis said, when there is noise, best to stay quiet. Exactly. Adonis said, I love that idea. I'm going to write it down. Great. Guys, if you've learned one thing from here, beautiful. It's always good. Because we always say, as long as you learn one thing, then it is good. Or as long as one person learns one thing, then it is good for me. You see what's happening here? Let me clean this up and let's just breeze through some other instruments. Euro USD is also more or less saying the same thing with the dollar. It's now, after it's pushed back, it's now at the other side of the resistance. Euro USD is opposite, it's now at the other side of the support over here. So you can see that the Euro USD is more or less moving very similar to the dollar. As I normally say, if you want to trade Euro USD very well, you need to pay attention to the dollar as well. And the dollar would also help for other instruments like the GBP USD. GBP USD, you can see it has broken out from this, our horizontal, which we're using to represent our previous resistance broken. So it should now act as support. So if I do this over here, if I do this like this, we should now be able to see like support. There was a breach here, fake out, still pushed higher, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, 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 resistance. So where it is now, it should act as what? Listen to this, guys. Listen to this carefully. It should act as support and push higher. Push higher. If it's going to push higher, then most likely it means that the dollar should be pushing lower. It means that the dollar from where it is here should be pushing lower. So if this should hold as resistance and push lower, then yes, we should expect the GBP/USD to appreciate from here. And that's why we said that the dollar tends to help you trade other instruments, right? So it will help for this GBP/USD over here and also help for the Euro USD that is sitting already on the support, right? So this is how I trade, this is how I look at the market. I can look at the market as well. The bootcamp will go in depth and break everything down. I'll be explaining how to look at the market from Monday to Friday perspective on a daily basis and so on, right? Don't forget, guys, if you sign up today, let me know, or I'll even see it. I'll mark your name down and then give you guys an extra bonus for those that sign up today. right? If you have any questions, you can reach me on my Instagram. You can chat me up on my Instagram as well. I'm going to drop the link on my Instagram now. And guys, we're going to run up any moment from now. It is already about 10 minutes to the top of the hour. So we're going to be running up any moment from now. So that is my Instagram handle. So you can chat me up on Instagram. And this is the bootcamp link as well for those that might be joining or for those that might be asking for the bootcamp link. That is it over there. And I'm also streaming live on my YouTube. I think some of you guys are following me on the YouTube already. But if you want to follow me on YouTube, here is the link for the YouTube over here. I'm going to drop that over here. So thank you guys for joining me. It's always a good one when we participate, when we chat, when we have a discussion together. It always helps me to, not talk to myself, but to talk to others that are here as well, right? So it doesn't look as if I'm talking to myself. So if you look at the rest of the instruments, like the dollar Swizzy, the dollar Swizzy should be a sell. The dollar Swizzy is usually in the opposite direction to the Euro USD. So if we move to the dollar Swizzy, it should be a sell. But then if you look very well, it's in between this key area of resistance, and I'm going to do some markings here for you. This key area of resistance here, as you can see over here, we have the likes of the resistance. We had a breach over here, we still acted as resistance. We had a bigger breach, but you can see it still came back down. Resistance didn't quite get there, but resistance. And then at the other side here, if you look very well over here, we even have another one lower, because this was a really massive breach, which now acted here as well. So if you look much lower, we had here some support over here, as you can see, some support. So price is stuck between this resistance here and this support. But then if you look at the overall chart, look at this. What direction will you call this? This is sideways. This is dirty. This is noisy. So this is why I normally say when I say the chart is looking dirty or noisy, it means that there is no true directional bias. You don't have it going up or you don't have it going down. And this is what we can call noisy. So this is what we have over here. We're going to round it up any moment from now. If you have any final questions, please drop them. I'll read them out. And then for those that will be joining in the bootcamp, do that. Then for those that have any questions, you can chat me up on Instagram and whatever the case may be. We'll meet up tomorrow again. I'll try and create the link early enough. I'll try and do the link now once I round up with this session so that you could bookmark it against tomorrow. Tomorrow will be an hour earlier that we can meet up against NFP and talk about NFP. Not trading the NFP, please, but just to talk about it based on last month's NFP news release and how the market reacted to it. We'll talk about what could happen this week as well. If you look at the dollar that we're talking about, it's at the area of resistance. So if it starts going down now, don't forget we have news coming out in the next 7 minutes, and that's for the USD as well. So let's see how that plays out. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me today. If you have any questions, reach me up on the Instagram. You have my link on the Instagram. I've posted it above. You have my my YouTube channel as well. The link posted above, CSA Forex, common sense approach to Forex trading, which can apply to other instruments as well, cryptos, stocks, commodities, and the likes. And then you also have the bootcamp link. The bootcamp link, I've dropped it. So that's the bootcamp link. Join me in the bootcamp. Make your payments $250 now against 17th of July kickoff, which is about 11 days from now. Once you sign up now, immediately you get your material so that you can be ahead of the classes, because we're going to be having training classes. We're going to be having live trading sessions like this, which will be exclusive to those that will be joining. And we could be having based on London session. We have our sessions based on London, because this one is New York. So you could have a lot bumper packs. You ask questions in the Telegram group. We troubleshoot for you. We give you the necessary support for 3 weeks. If you're interested, join us there. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me. It has been a good one. Trade safely. It's rather noisy. If you're going to trade, make sure you have your stop loss in place. Make sure that your risk is in proper order. You've properly calculated your volume, calculated your lot size, and then you place your trades and accept the outcome. If it's a loss, do not be angry when you start to revenge. Don't forget, have the number of billets. We'll be talking about that in the bootcamp, or if you join me for one-on-one mentorship. we'll be having the bullets that will keep you tamed to the number of trades that you should be taking on a daily basis and so on. Thank you guys, and enjoy the rest of the day. God bless and goodbye for now. Cheers.